Hello, this is Jeffrey Pickle,
And Gryphongod.
and we fucked up the recording, so this is post-commentary. And we're playing The Political Machine 2008, which is a game made by Stardock, and it's really weird. You try and win an election campaign, and we are Pickle God.
Now, just to say, this was quite an interesting failure because what happened when we were recording this, he forgot to put on his microphone. So I think randomly we might treat you to hearing me manically giggle and ask questions to myself.
No, that would make us look like crazy people. No,
just me.
See, I reinstalled Fraps, so I didn't have all the settings back to the way they should be when recording. And I also didn't reset my key, so I kept on pressing F1 instead of F9. Alright, so we are playing as Pickle God against Ron Paul, the creepiest Republican ever.
And just to say, we actually made a custom character, and that is why God looks so fucking strange.
And of course, we start the game. You know what's weird that happened in the United States, like, I think on Monday? CPAC, and you have no idea what that means. And everything is Republican. It's the Conservative Political Action Committee, which is basically a bunch of Republicans saying really stupid shit. Ron Paul said we should destroy the Fed because the Fed has caused inflation to go up since 1913.
Oh, okay.
He's like, the Fed has not stopped inflation since 1913. It was weird.
That is quite a weird thing. I think at the start of this, all I said was you must build your empire. Build.
Yes, you said build awareness building, because what I've told you of this game is that you build shit.
Yeah,
That's all I told you about this game.
That's all I knew. He gave me one small run through of this game and told me to win this game.
No,
you must
I gave you three run-throughs of this game, all of which we failed.
Yes, and you said the reason we failed was we didn't build enough. So, very randomly, if we decide that you might want to hear, you'll just hear me going build.
Like, while this is going up, like, what should I do? Because this is a co-op LP. Technically, it's like build stuff. Okay, so at this point, everything is Republican that we know of because we have no awareness, and Ron Paul is still creepy. He's looking at us, but our mohawk blocks him out.
Sometimes.
It depends. So, we're going to the Carolinas. And during this gameplay, I completely forget about California for the first half. I'm like, oh shit! No, so we build stuff. And
More stuff.
And more stuff. And Texas is really, really red. And I realized during this, I forgot to tell him what half the stuff did. I'm like, I want the National Foreign Policy Committee. It's like, what? What? So, the other thing you can do in this game that make operatives, I didn't tell him about it. So he's like, at the end of the game, he's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I only had a couple of run-throughs of the game, and as we said before, it was a lot of fail, and I'd never played this game before. And I'm from Scotland, if you can't tell, so America is not my #1 knowledge factor. So this game is like, whoa, mine has been.
Oh my god, a purple state. We get North Carolina, the most random state.
I think it looks more pink than purple.
It is purple. It's supposed to be purple. Ooh, our interviews, where beforehand in our test recordings, their heads move really freakishly fast. And off their necks.
So much so it actually looked like their head was going to fly out of the monitor and hit you.
So this is the O'Reilly parody. And he's Bill O'Malley now. O'Malley's actually the governor of Maryland.
Oh.
Probably a useful governor, but he's still the governor.
Does he actually have his own video show?
No, he doesn't. He is still governor. Because Maryland is a democratic state.
Should we be reading out these things in funny voices like we actually did in the recording?
Oh shit. Alright, the next person's going to have to deal with illegal immigration. If you're president, are you going to crack down on these cities?
And I said, we will end sanctuary cities. You're like, no, just no. So you went, no.
The next war in Iraq is just a mess. It's just a mess. The next person's going to have to deal with it. What would you do, giant mohawk man? And the people like us. The people like us, and it is good. So
yeah.
I think
I said run away. I wanted to say run away, and you're like, oh, no, no.
I'm like, you are a moron. Stop. No, no talking.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, we should just withdraw.
And
There-
God impresses nation.
And I have to say, I quite approve. I think it would be funnier as well if we called ourselves God Pickle, because it would be Pickle impresses nation.
Oh, and then we remember about California. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about California. And then I realized I have a ton of clout because I get 9 clout per turn.
Ah, I kept reminding you had clout, and you're like, where could you see that I have clout? And it's like, I pointed, and it's like, you have clout right there.
Yeah, you're doing it now. Oh, and I got a little. I went to Nebraska because I realized there was a thing there, and then I realized I got a dick. He basically goes there and makes it so you lose that state.
Oh, he got a dick. So what? Yeah.
I got it grafted on.
It was against your will as well. That's what makes it fun.
Oh, I think we were talking about what we should. I was asking you what I should speak about, and it's like I oppose high gas prices, and then it turned purple, and, which made me very happy.
Sorry.
Okay, and for some reason Idaho also turned purple.
They have to say they heard of the speech and they just went, oh my god, we like him.
And then we go to South Carolina and we realize that they don't like us, so we begin to speak. And apparently New York likes us, despite the fact we've never actually gone there and done anything.
Yeah, I have to admit that was quite strange. I'm afraid if I deafened you with the sort of runkling and crinkling of plastic, I apologize.
What are you doing?
I was trying to get a can out of a 6-pack, and it was like, no, we don't let you get can.
Oh, actual work and drinking. Oh no, you're going to corrupt the mind of the children.
Yes, drink out of cans.
Oh, drink out of recyclable cans.
It makes it sound really bad. It's like I'm not drinking beer. I'm drinking a Pepsi.
Pepsi is the worst drink ever.
Oh no! Don't tell me you're a Coke drinker.
I drink Coke and Dr. Pepper.
Wait, should we focus on this, or should we have a rant saying, "Oh my God, you drink Coke"? Ah!
Well, I don't remember what the hell happened, so we can't really talk about it. Ooh, we got Georgia.
Yeah, no, I remember the end, but I don't want to say the end because that would spoil it for everyone. I just found it hilarious that we made the most sleaziest looking character. And
no, that was the original character we made, and then he sucked so bad that we made a new character that looked exactly like him.
But he makes an appearance. That's the fun part.
He does. He does. And then like, you, my opponent. Well, I didn't know exactly what I'm doing at this point because I don't remember what you told me to speak about.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You're like, oh fine, if we have to improve the economy, improve the economy. Oh no. Or was this the one where I was saying, oh no, that's later. That's later. I was thinking of the about your opponent.
Oh right. Oh man, this was a weird playthrough. Ooh, Maryland! I'm not gonna lose Maryland. Washington D.C.
If people are watching this and you are quite confused, believe us, so are we.
We actually have no idea what's going on right now.
I think you should put on the volume just briefly for a little bit to let people actually hear my insane rattling.
Fine.
I'll stop talking for a bit. I'm not talking.
Apparently the volume is very quiet.
Wow. Well, that's quite strange. Hopefully I'm coming out louder. I don't want to drown myself out.
I realized why. I set the volume down to 0 for Windows Movie.
Oh God, we do not have luck with volume controls, do we?
No, I don't care enough to go to my volume mixer, so we're not gonna listen to you talk. Ooh, we got a man that will basically yell at him, and I put it in California. So I'm like, no, you will not get California. Die.
Like, Ron Paul, why does your hair look so? Why have you so little hair?
Ooh, he ninja the NRA, and then everything turns Republican. I think.
God
gets a powerful head start. Yeah. Paul can kiss my Democratic butt. Yeah. So a lot of things go purple and red, and then I get a whole ton of endorsements because I get so much clout, and then I forget about it. I have like 50.
Yeah, I remember that, and I have to keep reminding you. It's like, by the way, you have clout. Mm.
So this is a weird game made by Stardock, and they actually made a game from when did they make that game? They made a game in 2004 about the 2004 election with John Kerry and George Bush, and I'm
It
not sure if
predicts elections quite accurately as well.
they don't predict elections accurately. It's just how well you can move your man around and buy shit. I never actually spend money in these games, though.
Did you not know that's actually what the president does? He just goes around and buys shit.
No, he takes money from China. That is what happens. Oh, and the Republicans are now yelling in this country about... What is it? They're yelling about the budget deficit. And they're like, we need to cut everything. And then you begin to realize... If we cut everything that isn't Social Security and Medicare, we'd still have a deficit. That means if the government shut down, we'd still have a deficit.
Everything shut down, like, oh shit.
Yeah. The problem is, if the Republicans don't vote on a budget, everything will shut down. Ooh, it's Colbert Report, except...
Oh
fake.
god. I like the sort of vague appearance of the Mohawk. He's just like, oh!
We won the war on terror. I know there's some banner competition.
Oh god,
oh
I
god,
remember
this is bad. We said the wrong thing.
Oh, I said the wrong thing. It's like, yeah, we totally kicked terrorist butt.
We totally kicked terrorist butt, Ken.
Yep.
Oh, there are too many people trying to watch the windshield of my limo. What do you think you can do? Never stop at intersections. I'm like, no. We need to say something that'll salvage
Something
this.
certainly needs to be done. We went moderate in this one.
Well, going moderate without any actual issues is more likable than actually saying anything. Because you make a promise and then don't fulfill it, people get mad at you.
Yeah, but the thing is, it went from everyone hating us to meh.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that was the stupidest thing I've ever... Oh. It's like if we listened to Sarah Palin when she talked to Katie Couric. And we need to build jobs under the umbrella of job growth, and the healthcare needs to be in there too. They made an SNL skit, which I'm not sure if you can still find online, but it actually parroted her speech exactly, and it's the most funny thing ever broadcast.
I have to admit, I was quite terrified the fact that Sarah Palin could have potentially been vice president. It was kind of like,
actually,
nah.
she could have been president until she yelled about people using blood libel. Just the stupidest thing you could ever say.
Yelling about using blood level?
Blood libel is when people used to accuse Jews of eating babies in their matzah, and then she said that the media was doing that to her, and everyone's like, "You're so stupid."
Oh, she had a herp derp moment. A major herp derp moment.
She's so stupid. It was bad.
Oh dear.
Now everyone's realized that she doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
This is kind of awkward conversation. Moving on, I have tons of clout and a cheerleader.
Cheerleader is awesome.
Who doubles our awareness. And I think we put her in like Oklahoma.
Yeah. It's just like put her in the most backward state that we can find.
No, we put her in Alabama, and we won Alabama, by the way.
Yeah, it's because of the cheerleaders.
Ooh, purple! we ninja'd all the Republican endorsements, and everything turned purple. Where should I put the cheerleader? Let's go to that's Alabama. My knowledge of U.S. states may be large, but it is not.
Well,
I don't think about the states down there because
they have to say they obviously appreciated a cheerleader. Let's say that.
I made jokes about not getting attacked in Alabama. Kind of insensitive.
But thankfully, oh wait, no, we still made those jokes. Damn it!
We made even more insensitive jokes. And then I remember talking about Barry King and the fact that in some of these he talks about how his body was mummified. Ooh, now I tell you about operatives. Like,
oh yes, it's like, oh, these operatives are bad, these operatives are good. You want those operatives because these operatives are awesome.
It's like those increase your base stats, those hurt your enemy, and fixtures get rid of people, and then you're like, what?
It's like The bottom three, speechwriter, fashion consultant, and PR consultant, increase your basic stats. You only get one of each. You don't like 5 is how much it costs, and then the next is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, things like that.
If you
And
buy
like,
more than one, and you were like, why did I never hear of this ever? What did you teach me while you were playing this game? Well, I hadn't played the game in like 3 years, so I didn't know anything at the time.
You taught me that blue is good. That's what you told me. You said, okay, Griffin, basically, everything has to be blue. And I was like, okay.
No, so we played this, and it was sad. Because we in our test games, I didn't know how to play, because I hadn't played the game since, like a couple months after I bought the game in 2008. Because the computer continued to crash 5 times in a row, and I had to reformat it 5 times, which meant everything was lost over and over again. So we got down to installing it.
You don't have much luck with computers, do you?
Man, I got an awesome computer. I got a good computer for 2008, and then I upgraded its video card so it could play games. Because after 2 years, your hardware stops being able to do anything.
Pretty much.
I'm not sure what I'm doing at this point in the game.
I think we're having a rant about something.
Yeah, when do I not have a rant about something?
Well, yeah, we do apologize. This is obviously going to be a very strange video.
Well, at least we know that you were telling me what to do marginally, so we don't get disqualified like some person who apparently mumbled through their entire video.
Yeah, well, at least we kind of saw me have proof, because you'll at least sometimes see my little arrow click, and I have to quickly click so a second arrow appears, so it shows that there is actually a second person watching this.
So Griffin's there, and now Griffin's on my monitor, and then we get more clout, and I'm like, it's like, you say Christian Confederation, I'm like, no, I don't have that much clout. Oh wait, I have 33, not 23, and I was stupid.
Oh, sorry, I just clicked again.
Why are you clicking on the recording that we made, which I turned on the volume so you can't hear the awesome music? Because it's Griffin talking to himself.
Yeah, and the thing is, he let me hear a part of it. It is freaking manic. It actually does sound as if I have a little voice inside of my head, because it's things like, we must build, and then, like, Jeffrey obviously says something.
And then you start talking again.
It's like, it's like, we must build, and then he goes, da, 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 and, and it's just silence. So it's like, we must build. Oh yeah, we must build all these things. No, I don't think we should build it there. We should build it over here. No. Why? Yes. Why are you in clout?
I was like, so I encoded the video, and I didn't want to, and I encoded it, and I finished it at 12, and I watched it at 4. Well, 4 where I lived. It's like, what was it, like 8? And then I Skyped you, and then like, I'm leaving. So I'm like, fuck. And then I didn't know what to do, so I kind of sat there, because I had to do stuff on Monday and Tuesday. I'm like, I'm not going to talk to him for a couple days, because I kind of messed up everything. So I'm going to sit down and sit in my house.
I wondered why you popped on. It's just like, yeah, I'm not used to seeing you on the TeamSpeak. It's like, interesting.
I went on to TeamSpeak because this has gotten me more interactive, because I don't want to be the weird person that no one knows. And I have gone on TeamSpeak, and no one ever talks. It's just like a bunch of people going. And then every once in a while, no.
Oh. If you've got a Scout Freak on, he's like, oh my god, everyone talk.
Who? I couldn't understand who. Ooh, and look, it's our running mate. Gryphongod.
In actual fact, we just cloned her. No, it's
Griffin. Jeffrey Griffin.
Jeffrey Griffin.
Jeffrey Griffin, who is our clone, the sleazy clone.
Yeah, he's the failed test tube baby.
Yeah, so we tested him and he failed so miserably that we're like, this is not good, and we made a new one. And then I learned how to play the game by playing it while he wasn't here. And then we recorded.
God continues to lead in polls. Oh, of course, this was the religious polls.
Oh yeah. So I interfered with your life with this recording because you just came back from a random holiday and I didn't know it, so I talked to you, and then you're like, I have no idea who you are.
I literally just came back from a holiday, started up the laptop, and it's like, oh my god, you must like, nah.
So I don't like messing with people's lives. It's not what I want to do. It just kind of happened because I don't know where you were, and you were gone, and I thought it ended on Sunday. I'm like, how am I supposed to get this done? I can't talk to myself. Like, could
Well,
I just sound crazy?
To help you out, there is like other people that are like this late. I know Lab and Tune, which we're supposed to record. They have to record in Dutch because Tune's English is not that good.
Man, I listened to some of his videos and the audio quality is bad. I don't wanna put him down, but
Oh, we had him on TeamSpeak, and it's true. If you're gonna watch this Tune, you need a new microphone. I'm not even gonna just dilly dally. That's a painful microphone you've got.
it hurts. In the entire thing in Dutch. That's going to be interesting to people who don't speak Dutch.
But he's gonna subtitle it.
Oh boy, that's going to end up strange.
I think it's gonna randomly, and it's gonna be something like, Lab says da da da, and then Tune goes ah, blah, 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 and then all the subtitles says idiot says garble garble garble.
No, I went on to TeamSpeak, and you're all playing Supremacy 1914 and Warcraft 3, and you're saying the most weird things on the Minecraft
At the same
server.
time.
No, at the Minecraft server, I'm like, where is everyone? And then I start talking to you. What are you people doing? Ooh, and my mohawk is bigger than his running mate. Rudy Giuliani is smaller than me. I am God.
We made our character where the mustache, the actual goatee was bigger than the person. It looked like he was an entire donut slapped to his face.
It was bigger than his head. It was actually bigger than the screen, so we didn't use it. Oh no, I remember. I forgot to go to Barry King Live, and I yelled at him on Barry King Live. He's the easiest interview. And sometimes he talks about, in his ending credits, how he was... We will now discuss the processes in which half my body were mummified.
Oh god, yeah, I remember that.
It was... This was just a really weird game. And there's more static. Where is that coming from?
Have you got the volume up on it?
No.
So you're recording static.
No, I'm recording nothingness. I don't think I'm recording static. If I'm recording a static, then this is going to be even weirder. Oh, and I continue to lose Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont. I don't know why I lose New Hampshire and Vermont. I just do. In every game I play, I never care about them, so they always go Republican or Democrat.
So thankfully we're over halfway through the game. On the top right, you'll actually see the turns that we're at. There's 41 turns. So.
And we're winning by a large amount to the Republicans, which is a good thing because the lead kind of disappears in the end. It was bad. I stopped doing things. I just kind of sat there and let the game progress because I was tired with playing the game.
Yeah, and we started ranting like we're doing now about other things.
But we rant now because we can't actually talk about the game because we don't know what's going on in the game.
Well, we can comment, but we're just sort of like making fun about things that have happened. I think eventually we did actually get all these operatives.
Yeah, and then you're like, what does that do? I'm like, what? Oh, that. And I'm like, buy those, and you're like, okay. And then you buy them, and then I fail at ending the recording because I pressed the F1 button.
You love that F1 button.
I used the F1 button because that's what I set it to, because it's easy to press. And then I forgot that I changed the entire thing, so my F1 button disappeared. And it actually does annoying things in games, but that's just what I set it to. And then it stopped working, and I got really annoyed and scared. And at this point, we have 66 clout. We will get a ton of clout with no use for it.
Yeah, because we've got all the endorsements have been collected, so basically it's just like, how much clout can we make for the remainder of the game?
In real American politics, there'd be so many different special interest groups. So many. For everything, too, on both sides of the issue. And then everything on the East Coast goes purple. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, he's getting awareness, so they realize they don't actually like me. And then I'm like...
I was like, your awareness must be higher, and it's like in some things you're like, my awareness is 100%. Awareness does not affect that. So I'm like, okay. Make an ad campaign.
Awareness affects how many people know that you were there, and so that means that more of your voters will come out and less of theirs will come out. So you will win the state, which is what's shown in polling data because they do polls. Now we're gonna go to Barry King Live with Larry King, who is retired except he's doing 4 shows a year. I don't know. And he's on his 7th wife, I think. He has had a lot of wives.
I'm just wondering, has he had all those wives at the same time?
No, he's had a lot of. He divorces his wives, and he's like 80, and he has I think she's like 50-year-old wife, which is weird. Because he's really old, and she is really young compared to him. I mean, he could technically be her father. And it was really creepy. So he is retired, except he doesn't actually retire. He just kind of is going to go back on, only for less time. He's a part-time employee now. What would Larry King do, though? I mean, the man, I don't know what he does except sleep and record random shows.
I wonder how much he gets paid for those 4 shows.
Probably a lot. He's Larry King. Oh,
it's like every game you played, it was always, every speech was improving the economy, and I'm like, oh no, make it something else, and you're like, but improving the economy is the best one. I'm like, no, oppose your opponent, make everything against your opponent.
Then I'm like, oh right,
and that was like
do
no,
other things. And that's now we're gonna go to Barry King Live, I think. Yes, Barry King Live. Tonight on Barry King Live, I forgot to take my medication, so there's a very real possibility that I may fall asleep on air. Ba-da-da. It took me a long time to read that, too. Last time I was in Kenosha, Wisconsin, 2 very well-dressed and groomed men walked up to me and asked why, in a country where I can get married and divorced 17 times to another woman, they couldn't get married and divorced to each other. Once I had no answer. And then, I don't know what we actually answered, because I haven't actually watched
I think it was
part.
like, gays should be allowed to marry. I think we picked the Democratic
people like that, and then we comment, he doesn't know anything about the people who take care of his children. He's a really responsible father, and he looks.
What is your stance? He's like, he can't remember the babysitter that he's got, and I was like, I'm an illegal immigrant myself.
I'm like, no, you are a moron. Don't do that, or I will kill something.
And what was the result? We'll find out momentarily.
It takes a long time for us to decide this too. And you're laughing maniacally to yourself?
Yeah, because I just saw I'm an illegal immigrant myself, and it's that smile that he gave.
God impresses nation. Ooh, and then I'm like, why is there money floating in the air?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, he's so rich, he just pulls it out of his bag and throws it in the air. He doesn't care. He's gonna throw it to the poor people, so they support me.
Oh, it disappeared.
Oh. It was funny. No, so we control almost the entire nation going 2 weeks before the election, and then everything proceeds to go to shit. And every state turns purple.
It does start to panic. It's like, no,
oh my god, the world is turning purple. And then I begin to give speeches. I'm like, you will not get Ohio. I am better than you. Better than you.
And it's like, just no, because it's now, like, week 41 is when the polls are out, isn't it?
Yeah, and I actually don't do anything for the next week. I'm like, why won't the game end? I want the game to end.
Yeah, because it lasts so long, and you just try to jump through it as quickly as possible.
Oh, and then I realized I clicked on the wrong place. I'm like, okay, that was smart. I went to the wrong state. Yeah, party opposes. I don't know why I'm trying to get Minnesota. Then I realized everything else had turned purple, so I'm like, oh.
No, but you have only 1 stamina left, so it's like, I can't do anything. No.
So, we get Maine. I don't think we got Maine. So we lose Connecticut. We gain New York. And we lose, I think that's Vermont.
Yeah, that's Vermont.
Yeah, so Maryland, Virginia, South Carolina.
One thing that makes me wonder is do you do the Animaniacs song whenever you're playing this game to yourself?
The what?
The Animaniacs song where he sings all the states. I remember that. I used to actually be able to sing it. Even though I'm from Scotland, I was able to sing the 50 states song. No, it wasn't the state song. What the fuck am I talking about? It's the country song where he was able to name all the countries of the world.
I know a lot of countries in the world. I'm not an ignorant American. And I lose Minnesota, which means I almost got every state east of the Mississippi.
Except
And
one.
except for Minnesota, which ruined my great streak of being ultimate Democrat. First time I've ever won the entirety of the Midwest and South, ever. Well, since
Oh, I remember we had a rant about what is the Midwest and what is the Southwest, and the obsession with the word West.
all right, so I'm going to explain this again. So all right, we go to Hawaii, and like, how did we get Hawaii? Well, Hawaii is democratic, so it goes to us automatically. So you were yelling at me about what is the Midwest? The entire thing from Nevada, and then it freezes, and I yell at it. So I win without spending any money, despite the fact that I'm rich and the confetti freezes the game.
We're
Confetti
stingy.
freeze.
By,
So-
by definition, we're Scottish. Scottish blood.
I'm
We're
not
stingy
Scottish. I am American. It's only a good thing, but I am an American. So let's view map. View map. Come on.
Yeah.
So I won the electoral college in the vote, and I spent more political capital, and I spent less money. That's what I'm going over, and I'm not sure what I'm actually doing right now. Probably
I
you
think-
talking to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
God wins. Oh right, I'm talking about God wins. The Lord Jesus wins the election.
Hallelujah.
I am your God. You will listen to me and destroy your system of democracy. So,
I love the way he's just like leaping up and down and like bobbing his head to side with that. It's like both of them with this cheesy grin. It's like, yes, this is my vice president. It is my clone.
No, we're talking. He's not my clone. Oh, when you lose, your people just shake their heads at the ground. Come on, game. We already get it. We're bouncing up and down. What could we have talked about for so long? And there's still like 10 minutes left of me ranting at the polls map.
Oh God. I don't know how can we continue ranting for 10 minutes because I don't know what happens.
No, wait, don't start ranting about the Midwest. So, alright.
Oh yeah.
I started talking about how I got everything east of the Mississippi except for New Jersey, Connecticut, and Vermont. I was very happy about that. And then
Oh no! Oh shit! The kitten just stole my phone cable.
Okay.
No, I just saw. I looked down. I'm like, it's not. That's my cable for my phone. Oh no!
Oh no, someone might have called you. Phone disconnected. What? No. So, I don't know why we're talking about Vermont. So then we start talking about the Midwest and definition of the Midwest. So like, why does the Midwest go from Ohio to Nevada? Are you just gonna say uh-huh?
At the moment, yes, because I'm panicking about my phone cable because I'm hearing it. You like scratch, 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 bang, scratch, bang. It's like I'm listening as well, but I've now got this humorous content of my kitten stealing and smashing everything. Ah! And I just kicked my toe off the desk. Ah!
Always painful. Cats can do that. We start talking about polling and how many votes every state has. And I didn't know how many votes any state had until you pointed it out to me. And then I laughed at myself. We have this giant rant about electoral votes, and then I think about money. I don't know what we talk about, because it's kind of really, really strange. And I think it was, well, it wasn't late. It was 12 o'clock for me. Well, 12 a.m. 12 p.m. So I'm not sure how I could go on for a rant this long.
I don't know how either. How did we talk for 10 minutes about polling data? Or was it literally we just talked about...
We talked about all these things. Then we start talking about how you should always get money in California, because California is the richest state. Well, actually, it's in $7 billion of debt, but that's not important. It has more debt than a small country. All right, so now we talk about we talked about Minnesota and why we lost Minnesota. And then I try to move myself, and I can realize I can't.
Oh yeah, my toe really hurts.
Sorry. Oh, and then
why are you sorry? It was my fault. I packed it.
No, I don't want to feel pain. Then I start talking about how I am better than his running mate because I am bigger than him and blot him out on the map. His mouth goes through my ear.
Ooh. Oh, he's nibbling on your ear lovingly.
There's not any weird relationship going on. Oh, and then we realized he had like 2 money men and why he didn't use them. That's a really long rant that we have about electoral votes. And then you point out electoral votes. and we start talking about how the game works. When you talk about an issue, it makes everyone support that issue or not support that issue, depending on their viewpoint. And if they are neutral, it would determine whether they support it or don't support it. And as you talk about it, it gets bigger. And I'm talking about Minnesota. I really don't know what I'm talking about.
See, it would make more sense if it maybe blotted mine out, so you could at least still upload it, because it would just be you talking and trying to teach someone. So it would make it look as if you're teaching the viewer.
Yes, but then it wouldn't work because it wouldn't become commentary. It'd be me talking to a screen, which wouldn't make any sense. So
it's much better than
I don't know why I'm talking about Ron Paul. I think it's because he's the creepiest Republican I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, we were talking about how beady his eyes are and how massive his chin. That's a chin Bruce Campbell would be jealous of.
I am your Lord and Master, Ron Paul. No,
I wonder if that's a wig.
In my test game, we lost to an alien, Lord Kona. He was the running mate, and we lost so bad. We were not good at this game.
Oh no.
Then we realized I had 192 clout, and I shouldn't be cutting you off because I am not a dick. Or am I? Oh, and now we're done talking about Minnesota, and then we talk about Nebraska. Do you have any idea what we're talking about?
I really don't. I just mean we were slagging things off and just basically gloating in our victory that we finished off with $1.5 million.
We did finish with a lot of money. That was all brought in by our second person. Then we started talking about ads. You see, the newspaper ad increases stuff within the state, as does the radio ad, which increases the stuff in the state by most for any ad. We started talking about money men, which give you money when you fundraise. I don't know why. And then cheerleaders. What could I have talked about for this long?
I don't know. I think we should probably cut it. Or should we just sort of ramble? We should have an argument of Pepsi and Coke. That would be a fantastic time to have it.
I just want to explain our argument about the Midwest. So he was confused by the Midwest spans the entire country. Like, that's not true. The Midwest spans from pretty much Ohio to, I think, Nebraska. And
Ohio's next to the Great Lakes, isn't it?
Yes, that's Ohio. And you thought the Great Lakes looked like a dick. But I never understood. Or at least your classmates did in this giant speech we had about the fact that I do not think about how my country looks grotesque.
It looks like it's being teabagged by Canada.
So the Midwest goes from, I think, Ohio to Colorado, and then Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, and what's that other state? I can't think of it now that I'm not. I can't look at it because the
California.
Not California. It's the one next to Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona.
Nevada?
Yeah, no, it's not Nevada. It's the one that makes a four corner state, which is why I know about them. And they're the Southwest. And then the Northwest is everything north of them. And California is the Pacific Coast.
But to be fair, you do love the word West.
West.
Even when they're closer to the east side of America, I'm still West.
I'm not West. Well, I've never been West. Farthest west I've ever been is Michigan.
Farthest west? I've actually been to California, so...
I've never traveled outside my own country, which is a sad, sad thing. Alright, so now we're talking about the
big
Midwest.
Country.
So this is the Midwest. And... so it's Denver, Colorado, Phoenix, Arizona, New Mexico. What is that state? I can't remember.
I want to say Oregon, but that's probably wrong.
Oregon is up next to Washington. Top of the country. Talking about the Midwest.
Right.
So the Midwest goes from, well, I'm talking about Connecticut. The Midwest goes from Ohio to pretty much like Oklahoma, which is now Oklahoma and upwards, and part of the weird thing off the Mississippi is called the Heartland. And then everything west of that is either the Southwest or the Northwest, which includes Idaho. Then we talk about how much I win by, because he didn't even get 100 votes. So, that Pepsi is the worst drink ever.
Yeah, no, it's not. Coke is the worst drink ever. Followed very closely by Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper is an amazing drink. When you mix them together, they form the most epic soft drink ever.
Wait, you mix Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper?
Yes. Well, a little bit of Dr. Pepper and a lot of Coca-Cola.
I can beat that. One of my co-workers, when I was working before, used to put orange juice and Coke.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
It is really, really weird to drink.
Does it taste good?
It tastes really sickly sweet.
That's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, tell me about it. It is
So,
rather interesting.
so the random thing, I was gonna try and talk to you on Monday to do this post recording, and then I realized it was Valentine's Day, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't bother you. So I kind of left you alone.
It's Valentine's Day. Let's not talk to him.
Well, I mean, you could be doing things I do not want to think about. Not, I'm not alluding to anything really weird, just something that you don't want me interfering in. Wow.
Now you have corrupted all the adult minds, and the young minds that are reading this, I'll be thinking, what are they talking about?
Oh, I was like, I probably shouldn't bother him. It's probably like, why is this person talking to me? Leave me alone.
I
I think the recording is about to end too.
think that's us. Well, I hope you enjoyed our inane commentary.
Of this really strange game. And so I am Jeffrey Pickle, as always, and he is...
I am Gryphongod.
And together God wins for King and God, and then I kind of fail at recording. So this is the ending, and I just F9.